G'day, Sainers. Welcome back to the Saints TV Trade Talk. Not much happening this week. It's been a bit of a quieter week. Last week was a bit hectic. There's been a couple of little things pop up today that I thought I'd bring up. The first one being Curtis Taylor from North Melbourne. He is not going to be offered a contract for next year, I believe. 24 years old, 188 centimetres. Known to be a very good mark for his size. Bit of a high flyer, loves a specky. But he's also one of those players that has shown glimpses of being just a freak, just in terms of his X factor, but not being able to put it all together. He's been thrown to the VFL. He only played, I think, the 8 games this season. 8 games, 16 in 2023. 2022, he played 22 games. Could be a bit more sort of small forward depth, although he's not that small. He's definitely taller than Jack Higgins and Dan Butler, but I kind of flagged this in a previous video where I feel like they don't have enough competition. And I have heard that Lance Collard will be re-signing, which is great for, I think, 3 seasons, which is a good vote of confidence for the club. He's got a lot of raw talent as well, but in the meantime, I feel like we still need some more depth there. So to me, Curtis Taylor would basically cost nothing. 24 years old, so he's in that sort of age demographic that we're building towards, in that sort of 24 to 27 range. And from what I've heard, at least just a few murmurs, this is trade talk, this isn't confirmed, this is just us discussing all the crazy rumours, and some of them might land, some of them might not, but I have heard from a couple of at least North Melbourne sources that a 2-year deal might be in front of him from St Kilda. So we'll just keep an eye on that one. I know a lot of people don't rate him. North fans that I've spoken to say he's got a lot of talent, but he's lazy. He can do everything, but he just doesn't focus and that sort of thing. I feel like, I don't know, put him in a house with Mason Wood for a season, see what we can get out of him. Mason Wood was that player from North that we got, where everyone said he's got all the talent in the world, but he's injured and he's not consistent and this and that. And he's shown glimpses. Mason Wood's been there, he's done that. Maybe Curtis Taylor could be another one of those sort of success stories. I don't completely hate it because I feel like we lack depth in that position, and he would cost nothing, and he's 24, so there's room to improve. I don't entirely hate that. So Curtis Taylor, we'll keep an eye on that one. That one I heard of a couple of weeks back, but there wasn't anything sort of concrete, whereas this, some things kind of slipped through the cracks, and I don't know, could be onto something there. I'm not sure, in terms of would he be a round 1 player? I don't think so. But again, I think we're going to have a lot of list spots available. I feel like there's going to be more delistings coming. I just have a feeling. So Curtis Taylor might have a contract in front of him from St Kilda. If not, we're definitely looking at him. That's for sure. But we'll see if that contract talk is actually legit. And then back to Josh Battle from last week, a bit more from Tom Morris today. He claims to know the exact salary that Josh Battle was on at St Kilda for this season, for 2024. He says it was at $400,000 with $20,000 for additional service fees. Supposedly, we've offered, for 2025 at least, a $1 million plus deal for 2025 to push the Hawks up. And he believes that the Hawks offer is between $880,000 and $920,000 for 6 years. So 900 is kind of the mark that might get us that band 1 compensation. 880 to 920. So that's in that sweet spot. If it's upwards of that 880, I think from what they've spoken about today on the radio with Waitley, they mentioned that the club are very confident of getting band 1 compensation, which is a good sign. But again, it remains to be seen until October 4th. But based on what he says, Battle is, more than doubling his salary at Hawthorn, and we were willing to more than double it for 2025. Not sure about the rest of the years, but at least for 2025, we've upped it. Hawthorn didn't match it, but they definitely did increase their original offer. So hopefully that's enough for us to get that band 1 compensation. The other one that's kind of been interesting is Dan Houston. We talked about last week where There was some interest from both sides, apparently. Dan Houston's side and St Kilda's side. Nothing yet to be confirmed, but a day after the All-Australian Awards, where he did notch his second All-Australian jacket, which was deserved, he said he's happy at Port Adelaide. He's not really going to leave, basically. That's what he said on the radio. And now there's also been some murmurs about, Tom Barrass. He pretty much did the same thing, and look, he's nominated Hawthorn, so you can't really believe everything a player says. I mean, same with Petrarca. How much can you really believe until it's really locked in and they're running out for their teams in round 1 next year? You can't. There's going to be a lot of phone calls back and forth in the next couple of months, and Dan Houston's not playing this year for Port Adelaide. He's suspended for 5 weeks, so he's got all the time in the world to meet with clubs. Supposedly, he met with Collingwood in Melbourne last week while he was down for the All-Australian Awards. St Kilda is still interested. Pick 8, apparently, is what people think we could offer. I think that would be just ridiculous. We need to use Pick 8 for something else, although some people think, a half-back line of Naz, Houston, Sinclair, and you can throw one of them in the midfield is crazy good and probably the best half-back line in the AFL by a fair way. So there's still a lot to play out there. See how Port Adelaide's final series goes. But that is kind of the last little thought for this video. So to sum it up, Curtis Taylor, he's on the horizon for the club. Apparently there might be a contract in front of him. I will just keep hunting for that. More info there. Battle, Band 1 compensation. The club is confident of getting it, especially with the range of what Tom Morris has reported. He's been offered from Hawthorn, 880 to 920. If it's in the middle there, I think we're good. That was more than double what he was being paid this season by St Kilda. So you look at it and you go, he wasn't even in the top 25% highest paid players at the club, according to what Tom Morris reports. So that's us just missing the boat, missing the boat big time. There's other players there that are definitely on more, but not Josh Battle. So he clearly, saw that offer pretty enticing from Hawthorn, and hopefully it goes both ways. He gets to the club he wants to, and we get the compensation we need. So that's Trade Talk, Saners. I'll keep you posted on some more info. There should be some more re-signings dropping pretty soon. Cooper Sharman, I believe, Dan Butler, we all know, and Lance Collard as well. So let's see how we go. No other sort of things jumping out just yet. We'll monitor Tim Membry, Seb Ross as well, who wasn't happy about not being offered a contract. North Melbourne could be sniffing around there. Same with Membry. So yeah, keep you posted, Saners. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and as always, go you mighty Saners. See you guys.